Hey Gemini, this basic bitch welcomes you. Welcome to Basic Bitch Tarot. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I read for your sign. Check the description box below and it'll tell you how to contact me for a personal reading. I've been reading the tarot for my entire adult life, but this is a brand new YouTube channel for me, so I appreciate your support. I'm using the new Game of Thrones deck. This is a show I don't watch, but I instantly vibed with this deck, and I need you guys to leave comments and tell me who these characters are to help me understand why the creators of the deck picked the characters they did to represent these different cards in the major and minor arcana. Have a little fun with me here, Gemini. I know you guys will play along. I'm going to do general Celtic Cross messages for your sign from now until September 4th, the first week in September. So let's get into it. Universe! Hey, Universe. For Gemini. For Gemini, please. Those born on Earth between May 21st and June 20th. For Gemini, you guys are excited about something. I'm all twisted up. I'm all vibey about something here. Try to calm down and ground out. For Gemini. For Gemini, please. General messages between August 21st and September 4th for Gemini. This is you. This is what's hindering you or helping you. This is your subconscious and what's driving you. This is your past. This is what's crowning you and what you're focused on. Ooh, you're not sure what to focus on, are you? This is the future. This is your approach and your influence. This is external and others' approach and other people's influence, external influence. These are your hopes and fears. And this is the final outcome. Sorry you guys can't see these. My camera angle's a little weird. Give me a second to touch all the cards. Oh, there's a lot up in the air for you guys. I've got a lot of nervous energy, but it feels good. I don't know. At the bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. Getting over some heartache, Gemini. Something hurt. Could have been a love triangle. Just could have been one part of your life separating you from another part of your life. Three of Swords in the upright is heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, and hurt. Gemini is moving out of August and into September with some heartache. It doesn't necessarily have to be about, when I see this in relationship readings, it's like, oh, it's a love triangle or somebody really hurt you. It could just be emotional heartache of any kind. We've got the Lovers in reverse. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Love triangle situation or pouring into something that you just didn't love in some way. Could have been some infidelity in your past. Queen of Swords, Libra energy. Somebody being a little in their head with you or you did. Coming in from out of the cold. Something, this could have, your past might have been a little relationshipy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Seven of Cups is the card that you are embodying right now. This is about choices. It's about what you pour into. And wow, you have a lot of choices moving forward. What's hindering you or helping you is Capricorn energy, the Devil in reverse. What's driving you subconsciously is the Hierophant in reverse. Well, really wanting to be your own best teacher, not wanting to be restricted. Maybe what's driving you is a non-conventional approach to something. We'll see. In the past, we have the Six of Wands. Well, in the past, you either put someone up on a pedestal or you felt put up on a pedestal, being celebrated in some way, being recognized for your achievements. What's crowning you right now is the High Priestess. Ooh, this is Libra energy, wanting to manifest, trusting your intuition, being very, the High Priestess is a little elusive. It's an alpha male or female, and they work alone. You might be going within and trying to manifest, figure out how to be the catalyst for change in your own life and have creative flow. In the future, we have the Queen of Coins in reverse. So I'll aspect it further, but you may be moving towards a person or just embodying this energy, divine feminine in the reverse, and you may have your reasons. Maybe cutting somebody off in some way, not being as generous with your time, being careful who you pour into and invest in. We'll see. It just might be where you're headed to by the 4th of September. What you're bringing to the table and your influence in your life is 9 of Swords in reverse. That's great. Getting over anxieties and getting some mental clarity about something that's been plaguing you moving into the beginning of September. What other people are bringing to the table is 4 of Cups in reverse. I like that. Let's stop daydreaming and let's make it happen. That's what the people around you are helping you with. What is in your hopes and fears? Death in reverse. This is a great card, and we'll talk about it more. Transformation. You want to transform in some way. And the final outcome for between now, the 21st, and the middle of first week of September is the King of Cups in reverse. We got 2 kings and queens in reverse here. So let's talk about this just a little bit. Getting over some heartache in some way, and starting with the 7 of Cups here is you. So you're moving out of August and into September, Gemini, looking at your choices. And you're really examining what you want to pour into with your creativity and your emotion. In the upright, it's about opportunities. It's a wishful thinking. You have a bunch of choices to make, and you're looking for illusion. Really examining what's in these cups. What am I going to pour into? Who's this character, you guys? Why did they pick him for this? What do I do? I'm hearing that you're, if it's relationships, you have a lot of choices. You could be on a dating site right now. You might also be trying to make a decision about something, and you know that you have to pick a direction to move in some way, Gemini. And before you decide which cup you're going to drink out of, you're going to examine each one very thoroughly. You want to, anyways, in the upright. Again, you just got a lot of choices right now. What do I pour into? Which cup do I drink from? You have to act now, though, or soon, or you might miss an opportunity. And you know that. You're already wanting to manifest. You know that. What's crossing you, though, is the devil is Capricorn energy. I'm not doing a situational read here. This is a soul reading for you. So the full meaning of the card, the devil is neither, it can be bad. Releasing limiting beliefs, exploring your darker side, and also the devil in reverse wants to practice detachment. But you might have a hard time practicing detachment right now. You may feel very bound to a situation right now. Maybe you're bound to your choices. I'm not sure. You tell me. But you're trying to let go of some things. And this 3 of Swords is in the upright, but you need to get this flipped into the reverse, kittens, and let go of past heartache. Stop obsessing. And don't obsess about somebody else's choices either. Okay, take control of the situation. What's beneath you, because you're bound to something here. Between now and September 4th, you might obsessively think about something and be driven in a very earthy, passionate way to keep yourself tied to a situation. It's not necessarily bad, but you have to figure that out for yourself individually. Moving down to this 3rd slot, what's driving you is we have the Hierophant. Who's this character, you guys? So the Hierophant represents the system. It represents routine. It represents university, working for a big corporation. The Hierophant's also a teacher. The Hierophant can also be considered the marriage card. Wanting to have less formal agreements with people. Wanting to be less restricted. Wanting to go within and be your own teacher is the Hierophant. Okay? And it's about your personal beliefs, your freedom, challenging the status quo. You might be wanting to challenge a part of your life right now and being an individual. This is an eccentric person sometimes, okay? And that's what's driving you, wanting to celebrate you for you. And in your past, you've had some celebration of yourself as well. Either you put up someone on a pedestal or you felt put on a pedestal with the Six of Wands, because Six of Wands in the upright is success, it's public recognition, it's progress, and it's self-confidence. So maybe the past, I'm feeling like the past couple of months, that's the word that came to me, months in particular, you've been working on that, and it's going to propel you in a good direction. Everybody wants to feel like King of Wands, but if it's not that, I do sense a shadow aspect to it because we have the devil here in choices. Um, I want you guys to make sure that you don't celebrate anybody else more than you're celebrating yourself. I feel the need to say that because when this is a little narcissistic sometimes when it's in the reverse, but it's not in the reverse here. Okay, but you were celebrated, and carry that celebration with you if you felt that way. I feel like it's kind of like, look, I know my worth, and I don't care that I'm a little different and I want to do things differently. I'm going to do them my way because I'm a badass and I know it. Coming into your own, recognizing your own achievements and who you are as a person. You might have been promoted, you might have graduated school, celebrated in some way. I'm seeing a party too. What's crowning you right now and what you're focused on right now is manifestation in some way. Tell me who this character is, because that's my high priestess here. Libra energy, trusting your intuition. The high priestess is about sacred knowledge, the divine feminine, and the subconscious mind. All very cool things. But it also tells me that you might be waiting for something to happen. She manifests, but not like the magician, okay? The high priestess sort of waits for things to unravel, and she's in control of all the things in her life. You're really wanting to take control. While the world around her is in constant motion, she's going to stand her ground of logic and allow her intuition to guide her through. It's about listening to your inner voice. You might be taking a spiritual journey. You might be focused on spirituality. A spiritual person, a Libra that's spiritual, might be coming into your life. It's about embodying wisdom. And so is the Hierophant, even in the reverse. The Hierophant in reverse says, you are your own best teacher. Looks like a monk, spiritual journey. And he trusts himself and his intuition too. It's maternal, like feminine energy that you're really embodying right now. But as an individual, you're wanting to act a little bit more. The high priestess is on the DL, down low about herself. Because she's a witch. She works alone, okay? Finding counsel in yourself or in another person to help you embody self-sufficiency. The high priestess is about self-sufficiency. And you might be dealing with women in higher authority. In relationships, it can symbolize a partner who's a little difficult to attain. It's an alpha male or female, okay? And then moving forward, so that's the energy you're embodying right now. You know, wanting to manifest, but going within and having more of a divine thing, whereas the magician is the catalyst for change. The high priestess, she does her work, you know, at night over the cauldron, naked by moonlight. Having, you know, it's that kind of energy. And it's Libra as opposed to Aries, which is more magician. But in the future, moving forward between now and the 4th, you are going to have to either, you will embody or you will come across someone that embodies Queen of Pentacles energy in the reverse. And you need to know that the queens and kings of the major arcana can flip into the upright and into the reverse pretty easily. And they're not always a bad thing. This is not a situational reading. So let me talk to you guys about The good qualities of this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is about financial independence. This is about self-care. And this is also about work and home conflict as well. You may face situations in the future where that happens. But let me talk to you about the Queen of Pentacles in reverse if it's another person or you embody it, because it can be kind of shadowy and I want you to be ready for it. This, you might just be where you're like, you or another person is like, look, I'm just in it for me right now. I need to be independent right now. And this is, I'm all about me and my own personal gain. Can also be a little slutty too. Pleasures of the flesh. Earth signs are very sensual. This is possibly an earth sign coming into your life. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. She'll seduce you. They'll seduce you. And they're kind of consumed for the need of what they want. The Queen of Pentacles is driven in either a good way or a bad way. They can be just really driven. And this Devil in reverse is telling me something is driving you almost obsessively, even possibly. You're bound to something. It's Capricorn energy. Here's more Earth energy. Capricorn is Earth. It may just be driving you like, you're just going to get into this moment where you're like, I'm going to be high priestess and I'm going to do this on my own. And God damn it, I am a badass with this Six of Wands. And I'm just in it for me right now. And I'm going to enjoy my pleasures of the flesh. And I'm just going to work for myself. And I might be a little overly ambitious right now. But if someone else is coming into your life like that, this is a person that might be overambitious and will only keep a practical acquaintance around as a friend so they can use them again in the future. Selfish attitude towards money, which might distract someone away from their goals. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is a little distracted, and it can come in the form of greed. So watch for a person like that. But if it's not that shadow energy for you, Gemini, it's just that you really need to embody self-sufficiency moving into the future, and you will. And you're going to have to deal with some work-home conflicts as well. What your influence in your own life right now is, Gemini. I know that the light from the window is making everything kind of shine down on this, and it's creating a glare. I apologize. Nine of Swords in reverse. And Nine of Swords in reverse is about inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, and releasing any worry. Are you a little worried right now, Gemini, about, because I've got this Seven of Swords. Are you afraid of somebody else having choices? If it's relationship-y? Like this Three of Swords is a little third party. I didn't want it to be situational, but if I see something a little situational, I just want to mention it. You're really maybe going through some inner turmoil, and you might be facing some deep-seated fears, but you want to get over them. The Nine of Swords gets out in the reverse. For me, the way I intuit it is there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You are having some realizations about some things that have been angsting you out and ways you've been holding yourself back. Nine of Swords in reverse releases those things. That's a great energy to embody and bring to the table, you know? And what people around you are bringing into your life is you've got these Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups mopes. Oh, I want this cup so bad that's being presented to me. It's usually a hand coming out of the sky, and you're daydreamy, you're mopey. You don't see those three cups in front of you, you know? You just want that cup in the sky in front of you. In the reverse, this is retreat, it's withdraw, and it's checking for alignment so that you can finally, people around you might be kind of pulling back a little bit, but it also can be people and external influences in your life driving you to have that mopey moment and then go, you know what? I want to move on from this. I want to reach for that cup and attain it. Or maybe say to yourself, hey, look, there's these three cups right here in front of you. Maybe you didn't get what you wanted, but here, we're going to show you what you do have. People might come into your life in a situation and be like, look, here's what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table? Let's stop daydreaming and let's make things happen. And in your hopes and fears, you're either hopeful of a transformation or you're afraid of a transformation. You are possibly afraid of a cycle in your life ending, death. Why'd they pick her for death, you guys? Who's that character? And why is it death? But so it's in reverse. Sometimes it's resistance to change, and it's an inner purging, which is why we are a little resistant to it. But when that happens, when death in reverse comes to us, when something dies for us, literally or metaphorically, psychologically, or in a situation, like if you have a marriage and it just dies, or a job ends, or something, even if death can symbolize the beginning of something new, and it's the phoenix rising out of the ashes of this death of a situation or a part of yourself, will come transformation. You're a little afraid of that inner purge. You might be really hanging on to something right now, and you're having a hard time maybe letting it die. It's like you want to, but you don't. What's binding you? You have choices. All you have to do is let this die, transform, manifest. Maybe you need to be a little selfish or avoid the selfish people in your life. Make your choices. I don't see the Two of Swords here, but you might have a lot of options on the table for you in different parts of your life. Don't be afraid of these death moments. This is a major arcana card. They come. You cannot avoid the Wheel of Fortune. You cannot avoid death. You cannot avoid the Empress. You cannot avoid the Fool. And you cannot avoid the world moments. Let it happen. But as we move into the middle of the first week of September, you're going to embody the final outcome as it stands now. I'm seeing super situational stuff and people here. You've got a high priestess that you or someone else is embodying. You got a Hierophant in reverse that you're embodying. You got this Queen of Pentacles, this divine feminine energy that's being, a little wanting to focus on self-care and having to face that home and work conflict. You're gonna feeling like, and this Three of Swords and the Lovers in reverse, this could be very situational for you. Either you or someone else is going to embody the King of Cups in the reverse. So the King of Cups in reverse is about self-compassion, inner feelings, moodiness, emotional manipulation. So the King of Cups, you could be dealing with a Cancer or Scorpio or Pisces person in your life, or you have that in your chart. This guy in the upright, I'll tell it to you straight. I know that's Liam Neeson. I don't know who that character is. This is a person that leads with their heart and their emotions. As a lover, you must, as a romantic partner, someone maybe not be offering you a cup of love that you want. When they do, they leave your heart aching for more. This guy connects to his heart through his body. And it's, the universal energy is non-binary, okay? But this is just divine masculine. In the reverse, might just be about self-compassion and inner feelings, but it might make you a little moody. And you might be dealing with a person who's emotionally manipulative. If you are, you need to be on the lookout for it, because this is a person that will promise you love, but that's empty if that happens. But what it's also telling me for you guys on a deeper spiritual level is you're not going to pour into anything that you might not have a lot of love to give right now. I'm seeing cups, but choices and getting over not getting something you want. Other people are encouraging you to stop moping and let something die. By the middle of September, or the middle of the first week of September, you might just be in a place where you're like, I'm not quite ready to get this guy into the upright yet. I don't have a lot to give. I feel like I can't rule with my heart right now. The High Priestess and that Libra energy that rules with their head, they might be pulling you to do that moving into September to a degree. But it also, you know, the Vedic meaning of King of Cups in reverse is that someone can't tear themselves away from their emotions, just super ruled by their heart. If you let this death moment happen, and it happens suddenly, possibly, it could leave you hurting a little bit. It's not necessarily a manipulative energy, just might leave you a little depressed and sad. Watch out for being abusive with substances as well, because King of Cups in reverse can sometimes not be very level headed. It can be a little sexually intoxicating too, and not very reasonable. We've got the devil in reverse here, obsessive and a little toxic. I won't lie, the devil can sometimes toxic energy. So just watch out for it. It's okay though. We've got these kings and queens here in the reverse. You can just let it play out and let this death cycle happen. You'll get this King of Cup back into the upright, okay? Let's get some advice for Gemini. Universe for Gemini, please. Moving into September 4th for Gemini. What advice for Gemini? Ooh, passion ignited. So you're going to start something. It's going to be very passion fueled. It's, so with the wands in the upright, it's inspiration, and it's a new opportunity, and it's a growth potential. You'll know that when you see it. That can only happen unless you get over this heartache and let somebody die, or let somebody or something die. Awareness in reverse. So that's the Magician in reverse. You might feel a little blocked up by the middle of the first week of September. And the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, in particular, they're a little blocked up. You might have a hard time manifesting. You have to be the catalyst for change on your own, and you might have a struggle with that. Sacrifice, that's the Hanged Man. You might need to pause and take a moment, go within, and try to balance out your earth self and your intuition, which is your soul, and think about a sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those worth walking away from. You will have a Hanged Man moment where you pull back and just take a pause. That's what they're telling you to do. Decide what you sacrifice. You have home, work stuff that you have to deal with here, and self-sufficiency. What are you going to have to do to be unblocked up and let this passionate new journey take place, a new cycle wanting to take place? How are you going to do that if you can't manifest? You have to be the catalyst for the change. You will face some depression and be blocked up. The way to deal with it is to just take that Hanged Man moment. Think about what you want to sacrifice. What else for Gemini, please? Mental conflict. Here it is, Two of Swords. So we've got this Seven of Cups, choices. You have a decision to make. More Libra energy here. A mental conflict situation will come. You're going to have to decide what to let die so you can get back into your heart. Just take that Hanged Man moment and make that sacrifice. Emotional loss, Five of Cups, walking away from a situation that hurt you, crying over spilled milk. The lesson here is that you can't see it. There's usually 3 cups that are still, or 2 cups that are still upright and 3 that have spilled, but he's walking away. You feel like you need to walk away from a situation. Just remember, there are still cups there for you to drink from. It's okay to be sad that you lost a couple. You still have cups there that are full. Okay, just let yourself experience the loss and move on. Let the death happen. Make a decision if you need to. Zodiac, solar system. Do you have advice for Gemini, please? Advice for Gemini, moving from August 21st into September 4th. Yes, they do. Oh, you're hiding. Come on out. The 7th house. This area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So you have to focus on this 7th house. There are significant relationships here that you need to focus on, whether you're involved with these people romantically, business, or family-oriented. You got to get that shit square, Gemini. 7th house. Google it. That's what you need to focus on. What else for Gemini, please? Here you are, Gemini. Well, just do you, boo. Be your fucking selves, yo. This energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. Good. Make sure you do communicate. Be informed when you do. Okay? You might have to have some conversations that are going to hurt and be difficult, that might cause an unexpected death or whatever emotionally, but transformation will be there. It's happening in your 7th house. Use your own best qualities to deal with this stuff, okay? To have this hangman moment, to figure out that sacrifice and to make your choice. What else for Gemini, please? These two. Scorpio, this energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Hey, I just described the High Priestess. That's Scorpio energy. You need to embody that. And the 11th house, where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Solar system wants you to look at your 7th house and your 11th house, and it wants you to embody the characteristics of your own sign, Gemini and Scorpio. The fact that the zodiac pointed out to me that your own sign is here to be embodied tells me something, Gemini. No matter what's going on right now in your life, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Just be you. Take your journey. At the bottom of this deck, we have Aquarius. The energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. Take that as you will. The Hierophant in reverse is also a little rebellious too, and sometimes wants non-conventional relationships and bucks the system. So does Aquarius. They are free thinkers and they're forward-moving folks. And it's about the advancement of humanity and the advancement of yourself. That's what Aquarius wants you to focus on. Be idealistic and rebellious, and be freedom-loving and free-loving the way Gemini is. Not a bad reading. You're going to have to make some sacrifices, and you're going to have to make some choices here. Embody that Libra energy, and I hope you guys continue to get over this pain. If you want personal readings, check in the description below, and it'll tell you how to contact me to do that. This was great. I love you, Gemini. This was a pleasure. I'll see you next time.